the mornings when the sun rises. It's a very interesting flower actually. I'm just looking on the ground to see if I can see the devil's fawns. Because they've got the two double fawns like that. Not the fawns, it's the spikes basically. And if you step on it, wow, it's, you will feel a severe pain because they're very vicious, sharp spikes. That's why they get the name from the devil's fawns, because it's a very painful when you step on it. And the other interesting thing about the devil's fawn is that many years ago, the local people used to have the leaves to make a shampoo. So you can, they picked the leaves and just add a little bit of the water on them, and they rub them continuously on the hair, on the hands, and then the foam, or not the foam, but when you rub it constantly on your hands, and then it eventually forms sort of a foam which you can use to wash your body with it. It's very healthy, and I don't think that the people still use it anymore. Maybe in some other countries, or in Mozambique for instance, in poor countries like that, the people may still be using the leaves of the devil's plant to make shampoo and the bath soap, obviously. Yeah. So it looks very fun. I've also used it as a child in this area many years ago, especially spending a lot of time out in the bush as a head boy, and we used to go down to rivers and play around there and jump into the water. So we used that to make a shampoo or a bath soap to wash our bodies. It's got a very romantic smell as well. Beautiful smell. Oh wow. Okay. Let me see if I can find the fawn itself, just to show you how it looks like. You know how it looks like, Seb? No. Look up, you don't have to kill him. No, that's a flower. Maybe it was actually formed. Yeah. The little one there, but a nice big one. Of course, it's on it. You can try this one. This is quite small, and you can't actually see the fawns themselves because this is relatively small. I walked around there to find a decent one, and I couldn't find any. It's just very tiny ones that I found on the ground. But this is an example of it, how it looks. But the fawns are not very long and sharp enough, as you can see. So if you, as I said, if you step on this tall little fawn, so wow, you're gonna enjoy the pain severely. And even if you drive over it on the nice sharp spikes, and it will deflect your tires, especially the bicycles. And as a young boss and grow up outside the reserve and also within the reserve, and we used to cruise around here with the bicycles, and we had problems with this particular fawns deflecting our tires. So it's very sharp, and sometimes when you see the impalas limping, it's possibly or more likely to be from this particular fawns, because the impalas also tend to hang out in the nice open areas like this, and that's where the plant also grows, and the goats outside, and the sheep also outside the reserve, and you'll see them limping. It is more likely from this particular fawn. So because the hooves are quite soft, so if they step on it, and it easily stabs them and stay there. So you need to get hold of them and then lift their feet and take them out. Alrighty. The devil's fawn. I think it is actually an appropriate name for this plant, devil's fawn, because it is as vicious as a devil. I'm just gonna cut across the open area to take a closer look at the giraffe. Has been standing there for quite a while now, waiting for us to go and take some photographs of him. Very photogenic, the giraffes. They want to be popular across the globe. Good morning, George of the jungle. He's obviously not as tall as George of the jungle. Apparently George of the jungle was the tallest giraffe that has ever been recorded in many years ago, or centuries or millenniums. So he was about 6.2 or 6.3 meters tall. The giraffes can get up to 5.5 or 5.6 meters tall on average, but George was just over 6 meters tall. Yeah. He was the tallest land mammal. So this is the bull giraffe, obviously. If you look at the horns, you can see he's bald, no hair tuft on top, and the horns are also broader compared to the female giraffe's horns. They tend to be very, very thin and have hair tuft on top. But they obviously don't use them for anything, the females. So the giraffes do fight over females, and sometimes they kill each other in the fight. And it's called necking, because they stand shoulder to shoulder, and then they swing their necks and hit each other extremely hard. I've seen the two giraffes fighting many years ago, just up in Fasiri Game Reserve. I'm just going to go around the other side quickly. And the one giraffe was standing on the other side of the game reserve, other side of the fence, other one was standing on the other side, so it was, and they destroy the fence unbelievably, unbelievably. Like the length of about 110, 120 meters was destroyed. The whole fence was turned upside down. That's from the two big bull giraffes fighting. Apparently there was a female that was in estrus and was mating with the other giraffe on the other side of the reserve. And the other giraffe bull was walking along the fence and showing a huge interest on that particular female giraffe, and the other one obviously did not like it, and he challenged the fight with the other bull giraffe, and then they destroyed the fence, they flattened the fence. It was amazing. So they do fight aggressively. So you guys moving off. So in the fence game reserves, and they often have problems with the giraffe flattening the fences, just fighting over females. Because the territorial the giraffes, they move around, especially the bulls, and then they tend to cover considerable distance almost every day, feeding and looking for females to mate. That's why they tend to travel by themselves, whereas the females obviously travel in the smaller family unit of between 2 to 8 individuals sometimes. Sometimes up to 11, 12 individuals, so it just depends. And people think that it's unusual or seldom to see a giraffe bull to be by himself like this. So it is usual for a male, but unusual for female. unless if she has just given birth to a baby and she's still nursing it. Just look at how high the giraffes browse. They obviously don't compete with the other antelope species like kudus, nyalas, and bushbucks, because of his height. They only compete with the elephants, and the elephants can reach higher than the giraffes. So the trunk can stretch to some degree, and reach the places where the giraffe can't reach. Good morning to you, Elizabeth. Elizabeth is inquiring what is a reticulum giraffe. We don't get it in this part of the continent. They occur in Somalia, northeast of Kenya, and it is a subspecies with different foot patterns. So the only giraffe that we get in this part of the continent, it's a southern giraffe, the one that we just saw now. Wondering whether Karula was looking for the cubs, which I doubt that she was looking for the cubs, as Mark said. But if she was looking for the cubs, and then she will be calling constantly but moving around without making any contact calls, I don't think she was looking for the cubs, and there might have been something that she was interested on in that area. If the leopard is looking for the cubs, and as I said, and she will contact call, and if she doesn't get a response or no sign of the cubs, and they also tend to climb up in a tree just to make themselves visible and more audible to the cubs. Which she didn't do that at all. And last night, and I was chatting to Henry, one of the long-time Djuma guide, and he says the cubs were seen at Arathusa. Which is not too far from us, and as a crow flies, and it's probably about not even a kilometer, I would say. And from Gauri main road, which is our southern boundary, Arathusa is relatively close. Couple of 100 meters across the southern boundary, and then the area where she was moving around and possibly hunting, as I guessed, and she was close to the cubs. So we're going to make our way towards the area and see if we can pick up any tracks, and try and follow up and see what we can find. A lovely tree. It's called a torchwood tree, or a green thorn. Magnificent tree, yeah. It's got perfect branches for the leopard to lie up during the day. Just gonna see if we can find any fruits and show them to you. Now, unfortunately, I can't find any fruits of this tree here. The grass very, very long, but I can see a nice green one in the tree here, which wouldn't be easy for the camera to pick them up because the fruits are green. They are the same color as the leaves, so you can't really see the difference, even if I point out one or two of them up in the tree there. So we're very unfortunate for that matter. But even if I look up with my naked eyes and I can hardly see the fruits, but I can see them, but hardly. Because I wanted to show you the seeds inside, how they look like and why it's also called the torchwood. It's called the torchwood because the seeds are flammable. So if they're nice and dry and you lit them, and then they pick up the fire immediately. Yeah. the Seb has got the match, and I was going to break the fruit open and put the seeds on the ground and lit them on fire, so just to show you how flammable they are. But unfortunately, another day. And I was very careful as I was walking around there. See, this is the thorns of the tree. It's also not the thorns, they're also called the spikes. See how sharp they are. So if you walk at the base of the tree or underneath the tree, then you must be very careful of this. And even driving in the area where there's lots of Belanitis, you must be very, very careful of the thorns, because they can also deflate your tires quite easily. Very vicious thorns as well of a touchwood. But this is obviously a very, very old twig. It's dry. It's very easy to start a fire with the seeds of the touchwood. And there comes the sound. Pick up a lot of things, walking in the long grass there and underneath the tree. Very sticky seeds and stuff, and sticky grasses and all over my pants and jackets. Mobile stations, any updates? From Western Gala. Thanks. Which Ngalas are they from? Copy, thanks. Just for the interest's sake, the Kihumas are up in Buffelshoek. Elephant tracks heading down that way towards Gowrie Main Road. Right, the Janet. I'll show you quickly. Can you see it?
Oh yeah.
This is the Janet.
Small.
Very, very tiny footprints.
And that bird?
And here, Franklin, this is a civet tracks. See, they're very in size. You see, it's much bigger compared to that.
Sure.
Still,
It's very tiny.
yeah. And this is the Franklin. It's very easy, very not easy, very difficult to get those tiny tracks on the camera. So I was just showing Seb that the difference between the Janet and the civet tracks. But if you get a nice clear one that is well registered and under soft sand, and we will try to show you how tiny the Janet tracks are compared to the other carnivores that we get in this part of the continent. We don't often see the janets, civets, coracles, servals, jackals, wattled mongoose in this area. They are around, but we just don't get to see them often because they tend to operate in very, very late at night, and also very, very shy. Shy creatures, and that's why they are very, very rare. They're the rarest nocturnal species that we get here. And this is from the other day. Yeah, see the cubs, tracks. Yeah. Let's check the side of the road. It's very interesting, just reading the Bush newspaper here. The Gorillas tracks and the Kaibs here moving up and down. There's some tracks going up the road and some other trucks going down the road, but it looks like the freight going down the road are relatively fresh than the trucks going up the road. So they're just going up and down, and they're just gonna drive up on to the east on Gowrie Main Road and see what we can find. Trucks going up and going down. Morning. What's the price?
Hello.
Sweet man.
Yeah.
This is Ngolo.
Morning.
The government. Shavana wala ndelen. Ya la ara tools na. Navan lawan.
Kuna navana la.
Wona mkonza fresh ya gala.
Yes,
Yeah.
Surprise.
Good and you?
Good.
Sharp.
Okay.
Kuna
Enjoy.
shwa shingwa kumbe shita anti kuna mafufu nyana na wala manti na safari. Na shingwa wala nduna. Le long lo wat la is the so marusa de gar. Se shashir la kusu nyana. Sinka ngwana ngwa shingan gena.
Okay. Them lo what ne? Okay.
Ajuma me. Nda. Sakara ka ngwana ka.
It comes now. Okay. Okay. Me jalan kurang gana Western car. Sweet. Thanks. Alrighty. We'll just talking to the station from the east, Chitachidwa, which is our neighbor. And Gorilla and the Cubs are in Aratusa, just off Triple M. Unfortunately, they're not visible from the road itself. They dip into the thick bushes. So I was correct when I say the trucks going down the road towards Triple M are relatively fresh than the trucks heading up this way. And another interesting news, which is unfortunate for us and the Induna and Tima and Mafufnyan, also south of Gowrie Main Road on Little Gowrie's property. They're also not visible from the road, but Induna might be crossing over onto Western Gowrie. So they are near Babunspan, Mulawati, that area. So just going to make our way slowly towards Mulawati and see if we can be lucky with Induna crossing over onto Western Gari. Ntima is also another leopard that we don't get to see on Western Gari. Apparently she is related to gorilla and Mafifian. I haven't seen Mafifian for a while. It would also be nice if we could cross over onto Western Gari and Ntima particularly, and I would like to see Ntima. I've heard a lot about him or her. But I have never seen him. Mafifian is gorilla's father. More tracks here. Big male leopard tracks. Huge tracks here. They're almost the size of a lioness. Back footprints. Some male leopards and footprints I can get extremely large. I've never seen that Mvula's footprints, and they must be huge as well. Nothing around. Treehouse Dam at the moment. Nothing interesting here. Seb, have you ever seen Tima the leopard before? Never. Yeah. When you're down, yeah? Yeah, I have. It's big, yeah. But not as big as Mvula. I think Mvula is the biggest leopard. Yes, up at Gulfstock. Yeah. Hello. Sweet, man. I was wondering what it was.
Too. I was like,
Wow.
Oh, jeez.
Oh, what an adventure experience, huh?
this one is flat as well on this side, eh?
You must be joking.
No, I'm not. It's,
Double punches, folks. How is that in the middle of nowhere to have double punches? Or just get as it was going flat. And it's sitting on the rim at the moment, so. And yeah, we'll definitely need Craig to come and rescue us, and yeah, and then hopefully Craig will cut away, and we'll see what we can do here. There's nothing that Seven I can do. We've got double puncher. We can put one on, but we still need another tire to replace another one. So we'll see how it goes. Just going to try and get a hold of Craig at the camp and see if he can come out and rescue us. Yeah.
Good morning, everyone. This is Craig in Final Control. And as you can see, Patrick's unfortunately had 2 punctures. So we're going to be getting him a spare, and we're going to be shooting it out there so that he can continue with his drive. So please bear with us. You can enjoy the Jim Wardell stream, and I'll let you know as soon as he's up and running again. Hi everyone, this is Craig in Final Control again, just to keep you updated. Peter has left with another spare for Patrick, so he should be with him in about 5 or so, maybe minutes, and then we'll be rejoining him and watch him change the tyre. So bear with us, and we'll get him back on the road as soon as possible.
Peter can talk to the viewers. Tell them what happened. And tell them.
the flat. The spinner.
What did you respond to? You can hide this wolf spin. There we go. No, that's fine.
Morning. Just came out here to bring the guys a new spare tire as they ran out of spares. So Pat and Sebastian are changing the tire at the moment, putting the new one on. And I think Pat is making good progress. So I think pretty sure they'll be jumping in front again and then see what else they can find for you.
Make sure you were in the shot. Good enough. Can't go after it like this. Just gonna drive around.
Alright.
Okay, thanks Peter.
Thanks,
Ciao.
Pete.
Bye. You gonna do that? Okay, let's carry on. It's getting hot now. Very, very hot. So we had some monkeys alarming south of Lewati, in junction with Gowrie Main Road. Remember I said that evidently Induna, Ntima and Mafufian was seen as just south of Gowrie Main Road in the Mulawati. It's about 45 minutes ago. It's very, very fresh. Down here. It's a leopard. Possibly from Mafufian. Just looking at the size of the tracks. It's very large compared to young Millepet's tracks. Hyena tracks. Mafufian tracks here. Moving into Little Gowrie. No tracks come up this way. No trucks crossing over onto Western Gowrie. Look at the size of this. The male leopard tracks here. Going down that way. He's going to turn the vehicle around and show you the size of the big male leopard tracks. Here's some up speakers. Calling the drainage line as well. Might be a large heavy ball feeding or lying down in the drainage line. Will it be easy to like that? Like this? I'm just gonna go and stand next to the tracks.
Yeah, we could go on that one.
Very large tracks here. It's about the half the size of my hand. Hi Brian, good morning to you. Brian wants to know if this is the recent leopard tracks. Very much so, Brian. It's very fresh leopard tracks. They were seen just south of us here in the Malawati riverbed about 45 minutes ago. We also had some monkeys and alarming when we were changing the flat tire earlier. The francolins are still going crazy in the riverbed, so I assume that they are still around. Apparently in Duna, one of our resident young male leopard was relatively close to the road. So I'm just gonna go and check around Queen Dams area and see if we can pick up anything. Nothing around Baboon's Pen either. Crocodile out of the water on the other side of the dam. It's through there, Sip. It's lying down in the grass. This croc must have got back here the night before, last night. Because, for the past 2 weekends and since he has left Chelapena, I've been looking around this particular dam, and there was no sign of him at all. But 7 Iron had his traction and crossing over Gowrie Main Road to Baboon's Pen. So I assume that he could have been at Baboon's Pen or other dams just further south of Gowrie Main Road in Little Gowrie. It's still nice and wet and dark, so he must have come out of the water a few minutes ago. So he's not doing much. And I think we should move on and see what else we can find before it gets too hot. We still have a bit of a ground to cover. creeping up to Chelapan. Chelapan. The frogging pan. The frog pan. Also salute to at Chelapan. Nothing there either. Let's carry on. So we haven't checked Belsuc Dam yet. Waripan. Well, basically, and we haven't been to the eastern part of the concession this morning. So there might be some movement in that part of the concession. So let's go and have a look around. To go this way. My feelings are telling me to go this way, not the other way. Batalia Road. No elephant tracks here, but going down that way towards the riverbed. I'm not looking for elephants this morning. I'm looking for unusual, interesting things. Lions will be nice. The elephants, we see them almost every day. So the interesting news is Flippy Ear is still surviving. She's doing well. As Henry said last night that he saw Flippy Ear and the other two individual hyenas on the kill inside Kruger National Park. And a lot of people were wondering where Flippy Ear is and how's she doing. So there were lots of speculation going around. Perhaps she could have found the new dance site in the north, as we haven't been seeing her around Western Gari for quite some time. We also haven't seen the other hyena with the offsprings. And the last time I saw the hyena and the offspring, they were still dining at Dan just off Leadwood Road, and they moved up to Zoe's Road, Dan's side. The elephants have been here last night, I suppose. And since they left the Dan side of Zoe's Road, I haven't seen her and the offsprings. We have been seeing the other young hyenas, the 2-year-old young hyena and in about 9 months or 10 months old hyenas. They are pretty active in the north since this year, yeah? And I suppose it's because of Kahuma pride at being up in the north, and the hyenas are following them around for some leftovers, obviously. Predation, and it's very low on Western Gowrie, and Guerrilla hasn't been hunting pretty active on Western Gowrie since she has the new cubs. So it's all about the competitions in the bush, the survival of the fittest. So the cheetahs have also been around in the south, because of lots of lions and hyenas activities up in the north. Wild dogs have been down here as well because of the same thing, I suppose. Drangersbeck Drive Road. I wouldn't call it Drangersbeck Drive this time of the year because the mountains are no longer visible from this road. Because it's very, very dense at the moment. In the dry season, when there's less foliage, obviously less thicker, and we are able to see the Drangersbeck mountain from here and the stunning sunset as well. Franklin tracks. I think we should follow up on the Franklins. What do you think, Seb?
Yes, why not?
Yeah.
Fun, huh?
Yeah, sure. Let's see if we can find the Franklins. Trucks are very fresh here. They must have walked down here before the sun rises. It's dawn. So the Francolins and the Guinea fowls are the first birds to hear calling the first thing in the morning. Maybe nosy birds. I also hear them from my house every morning, just before the sun rises. Traffic jam in the middle of nowhere. Road block in the middle of nowhere. That's obviously from the elephant bull. Judging from the size of the tracks, this is the bark of the marilla tree. So they don't eat the whole bark because it's very, very tough and obviously not much nutrients and moisture from the actual bark itself. So what they do, and if you look on the inside, it's red in color. So the elephants, they eat the inner barks, which is called the cambium layer. So they strip it off and they chew it, and then they suck the nutrients and the moisture out of it, because trees tend to store the nutritional values and the moisture in the cambium layers here. This is an elephant. But sometimes they'll try and chew it, especially dry season when there's a lack of food availability, and then they will chew the bark just to get some moisture out of it. But this time of the year, not really, because there's lots of food around. You don't have to supplement the diet like they do in the dry season. That's why you will often see the elephant tusks being red in color. This is obviously from the barks of the trees, because they use the trunks to dig into the barks and strip them off with the trunks and eat it. Looks like blood almost here. the red stains on the elephant tusks. He's riding down. Where did he go? Hippo tracks here. No rhino tracks coming down this way. Maybe cut through the bushes. Either this way or that way. See the movement in the water there, the Belfast Dam. Maybe hippos playing in the water, or elephants swimming in the water. The hippos. Oh, it's from an elephant. Look at an elephant walking away. Wow, we missed him. My goodness. Gosh. Yes, you can see that the water is it's moving to the edges. Wow. I'm going to try and catch up with him from the other side of the dam. He's moving north towards Gari cut line, the elephant. It's a young bull. Maybe he's lagging behind the breeding head or the other individual elephant bulls. Hippos in the water. Oh, 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 oh. Oh, oh, ah, ah. Now they're not doing much, the hippos, so let's just quickly catch up with the elephant bull before he crosses over into Bergshoek. The hide the ibis. I was having a dust bath now, way in a distance. It's more than one elephant bull. Yeah, we missed them, yeah. They were splashing and playing and swimming in the water. Nice and wet and dark in color. There's nothing special like elephants playing, splashing and swimming in the water. Submersion to the water, roll around, trunks. float on the surface of the water just like a snorkel. It's beautiful. It's beautiful. You can see the ball across the dam. Oh no, it's moving off to the left along the drainage line. You're going to have to go all the way around to the other side of the dam. Bye hippos, we'll see you later. Need to catch up with the jumbos, the gentle giants. King of the jungle. There they are. There they come. So they're coming to us instead of us going to them. Wonderful. We maneuver the vehicle before they get closer to us. They might walk right past the vehicle, which would be great. They're smelling us with their snorkels. Hello, boys. See, their backs are covered with sand. Sunscreen protection. So they're about to cross over into Bevshoek. Let's take a last look before they disappear. moving too fast into the drainage line. Look like they're about the same age. So they will be about 15, 16 years old. The young elephant bulls and usually join the bachelor head or get kicked out of the breeding head at the age of between 12 and 15 years. And some young elephant bulls and will take a while to join the bachelor herd after they've been kicked out of the breeding herd, so they'll wander around on their own, misbehaving and doing their own thing before they can actually join the bachelor head. So they're moving parallel with us. The visual isn't great. I think we should carry on. Excuse me. Thank you. very, very quiet and peaceful morning. Birds are also inactive this morning. There's lots of elephants traction along a Elsogari cut line. It's moving in and out of the concession. This is a little chameleon, very well camouflaged, yeah. Excuse me, ladies and gentlemen. Mobile chameleon. So evidently he has detected our presence, so he's just trying to figure out who we are. There we go, it's getting mobile now. It walks like an old man. Walking with a walking stick. The flap-necked chameleon. Chameleons are daytime creatures. They sleep at night in trees. And mainly on the leaves, where they camouflage themselves so well in the leaves. They can walk pretty fast when there's a danger around. So I've seen the chameleon running an amazing speed, trying to escape from a snake. It's gone into the grass. It was nice to see a little chameleon walking across the road. I don't know the mechanism that they use to change the colors. to camouflage themselves, but I'll try and have a look what mechanism they have in the system. You can hear the Wooden Kingfisher calling in the riverbed. They're still around. Where we now march. They will possibly be living around April. The Walbeck's eagles are no longer here. The Walbecks are the early arrivals, and they also leave earlier. The first Warbeck was seen around October last year. And I haven't seen the Warbecks for about a month and a half to 2 months or so, if I'm not mistaken. Dagga boy. More Dagga boys. Hippo, terrapins. Wow, Gowrie Dam is cooking this morning. No terrapin seed there. The hippo sleeping in the water. Dagga boys on the inlet of the dam in front of Vitela Lodge. The hippo is actually lying down in the shallow water over there. So they tend to lie down in the shallow water during the day. And then keep the heads and above the surface of the water, just to be able to breathe from time to time. They also give birth to the babies in the shallow water. And when the hippo is lying down in the shallow water like that and the back sticking out, you'll often see the terrapins sitting on the backs and sunning themselves up and also eating the ticks off their skin, which the same applies to the buffalo bulls when they are lying down in the shallow water. You'll see the terrapins also sitting on their backs and eating the ticks and other parasites of their body. He took a deep breath. Another deep breath. He's falling asleep again. You can see his eyes are closed. The hippos, especially the mature hippos, have no natural enemies in the water. Except for the babies, where crocs and will often try and go for the babies, but the chances for them to get hold of the babies are very slim, as the mothers are very protective to the babies. He wants to lie down, the buffalo. Look at that, falling his legs under the brisket. It's another day in the paradise. The buffaloes are calling me today. And we're also gonna call it the morning in the next minute or two. Couple of oxpeckers sitting on him, and one is having a bath in the water. Cleaning themselves. How cool that is. Look at them beating their wings and continuously, just to get rid of the irritating insects. They also, the other insect eaters, they also host a fair amount of insects, which they obviously get from the herbivores. Okay, I'm gonna say goodbye, unfortunately. I wanted to sit here for an half an hour and just enjoy the beautiful scenery and the surrounding area. And yeah, just a very big thank you to everyone who joined us this morning. And it was nice to be out there just looking at unusual, interesting things, as I said in the beginning of the draft this morning. And we saw a nice chameleon. We stopped for a couple of plants and things like that. And we'll see how it goes this afternoon, so please join us at same time. And it will be myself and Seb again presenting, and Mark in final control. So from me, Patrick, I'll be saying goodbye for now, and we'll see you later. Have a good day.